Hello, welcome to the Violet Hour. This is my kitchen. My name is Abe. The lighting and the ambiance is much better for learning how to make drinks at home. We will be making popular drink, the gin and tonic. Now, this drink is just two things, gin and tonic. How could I mess this up? This is pretty simple. You'd be surprised. Before we get into making this drink, let's talk about the brief history of this. The Great British Empire, right? They were conquering the world and all of that stuff. They were in India, and malaria was a problem, and they started getting into using traditional medicine, quinine, and coming up with a tonic to counteract malaria. Wasn't so great. They gave it to the soldiers there. They weren't so into it. What they were into, though, was their daily ration or their tot of gin. So many times the medicine they mixed in with the booze, which was also medicine. So think of it as quinine will fight against malaria, the gin will fight against everything else. Okay, so grab your highball drink, because this indeed is a highball. Collins glass, right? Another lovely gin, gin cocktail, the Tom Collins. When you make a gin and tonic, the first thing you want to start with is the tonic itself. And this goes with any highball drink, like a Jack and Coke or whiskey soda. You add the sparkling, the bubbly first. Okay, if you add the bubbly last, the bubbles themselves are way lighter and they'll rise to the top of the cocktail without incorporating with a heavier alcohol. So sparkling first, right, into the glass. About 3 ounces, just to start. Okay, bubbly, bubbly, bubbly. Good to go. Next, add some ice to your cocktail. Right, like so. And then we're going to add 2 ounces of our Tanqueray gin. Tanqueray is wonderful, great for making cocktails. Really essential if you want to really get into making martinis, gimlets, gin and tonics at home. This will be a workhorse in many ways. That sounds like an awful way to describe a product, but I find it's very appealing for people making a lot of drinks at home. This stands up wonderfully in your drinks without breaking the bank. So 2 ounces of our gin on top of the ice. Now, we've added that on top of, and you just noticed that sunk down, right? And these are rather large ice cubes, fills up the cocktail almost all the way up. So by nature of gravity, the gin is heavier and it's sunk on top of the tonic, which is bubblier, and that will just rise to the top. We haven't diluted this at all. We haven't stirred it nervously or done anything really to it. It is now almost fully done. I like to just encourage it with 1 full rotation of a bar spoon. Okay, just to make sure the tonic and the gin is fully incorporated. The bubbles and the gravity of us pouring the gin does a wonderful job for us. And then garnish with a lime wedge. Grab the lime that's provided. Cut it from pole to pole, right? Right down the middle. And cut that again, pole to pole, right? Like so. So we have a lime wedge. Then you knock it in the middle, right here, right where the core of the earth would be. Do the little knock. You put it on top. What's lovely about this is it has an aromatic component to it, which influences the drinking experience, but it's really a tactile drinking thing where people will squeeze as much lime juice as they'd like to their gin and tonic, which I find is a really wonderful. You're making the drink with me, and you're making it. You know what you like. You add as much lime juice as you'd like to your drink. And cheers. Not too watered down, not too worried about gin and tonic. Tonic first, then your ice, then your gin. Give it 1 little stir. Add your lime on top. Cheers.